Well, hello, everybody. I hope all is well. It is what Tip Tuesday, and today our tip is going to be something that you probably would not be thinking. Um, because I have been. I tell everybody, I'm always transparent with you guys, especially those that are in Church Girl CEO. When I come on, is that I try to be as transparent with you, as much as I can, because because we need to be able to talk with each other and be able to discuss some things and be just straightforward and open about it. And I just always, when I think about the tips that I share and the information that I share with you guys, is that I want to make sure that that I'm giving you value, that I'm giving you something that you can live by, giving you something that not only that I have experienced, and that I promise you. And it's so cool because it's just that I want you to know that you're not in this by yourself. Good morning. I'm not sure who this is, but because it's showing Facebook user, if you would give Facebook your info, that way I can see who you are, so I can say hey. Um, so it's always I always try to come on and be as transparent as I can, because I feel like that when we know that we are in a safe place and we know that we are able to share with each other about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, then we have to know how to approach the situation. So today's tip is don't let your mouth ruin you. Or like I try to, as old folks would say, don't let your mouth write a check that your butt can't cash, because even the Bible talks about the tongue being a two-edged sword. Proverbs 18 and 21 in the ESV says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. So that when it talks about that, that's talking about gossip. That's talking about the people that are just going to jump in and just gossip all the time. But we're not talking about that gossip. um and we're and let and then, if like Ephesians 4 and 29 says, let no corruption talk come out of your mouth, but only such as good for the building up as fits occasions, that it may give grace to those who hear. And that's one of the biggest things, is that we have to make sure, especially as Christian business owners that are out here in this marketplace, that we are not letting our tongue, letting our voice, letting our emotions control what we say and how we say it. Now, am I is it a challenge? Absolutely. Absolutely, it's a challenge. But if we are going to represent Christ, represent the Most High. When we're doing something, we have to be careful of what we say and how we say it, because you can get so frustrated in a situation, and it's like you want to go off, baby. They're going off is right there. You want to say everything, but then when you think about it, if all of that does come out, what have you done? Have you saved the client? Have you given the client away? Have you messed up your reputation as someone that's hard to work with? Or have you put it out there in a wrong way? So I always say, and this is one of my rules of thumbs, and it drives two of my business partners crazy. When I tell you I drive them cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for this one, I always breathe and think about what I'm going to say before I say it. And even with my two business partners, they're like, okay, so I'm going to tell y'all right now, you always want Deborah to answer the question, because if you catch us wrong, we're going to say it wrong. Yes, absolutely. Tame the tongue. Yes, yes, yes. Because when we think about that, we want our voices. We want what we say to build up people. Now, yes, are you going to have to be you can be firm, you can be stern, you can say what you have to say and do what you have to do, but you don't have to tear anybody down to do it. You don't have to just come out the gate all the time. You don't have to use certain words in certain ways all the time. Now, some of you just say, I'm still a work in progress. Hey, Shanta. Hey, look, hey, coach. I'm still a work in progress. I still want to do this. No, that is an excuse straight from the pits of hell. You have got to know that certain words as I'm just gonna say it, as Christian female owners, certain words should not come out of our mouths. We should not be using expletives. Let me just say it, cuss words. Um, all the time. We should not be using them as part of our daily vocabulary. And if it is, start to work on that, because we should be separating ourselves from other business owners. We should be able to look different, sound different, and show up different than other people. We should be able to have a conversation about what has irked you, what is throwing you off in certain ways, without being so boisterous in the situation, or not thinking about the vocabulary that we use. Yes, Amy, organize your thoughts so that what you say isn't misunderstood. How you say it makes a difference. Oh, absolutely. Your tone, your intention, how you do stuff. And what I'm guilty of, my facial expressions, because I'll be like, and and I don't mean anything, but that might just be how I'm thinking. If I'm at that point, I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm not necessarily agreeing or disagreeing with the situation, but we have to learn how to control our tongue. And yes, will you be confrontational? Absolutely. Sometimes you have to be, because if somebody in your business is coming for you the wrong way, you have to be able to say what you got to say and be firm. But you don't have to come at them in a way that is tearing them down or making you look bad. Because sometimes you do have to tell somebody, look, this is just not how I do business. This is how I do business. Either you like it or you don't, but we're going to figure out how to make this work so that we can get through with what we're working on. And that's right, Amy. I have stopped supporting businesses that use that in their marketing. Absolutely. Because I have really been looking at the way people are marketing things. So if you're using oh, I can't even say the word. If you're using cuss words, I'm trying to find the other word, y'all. It's not working for me today. I'm not, I don't support it. I'm not using it, because that's not how I live my life. That's not that's not how I communicate. Now, my team, though, I'll say in a heartbeat, what in the whole ham sandwich am I trying to do? Thank you, Coach. Yeah, that's the word I'm trying to use today. I just can't get it off my lips. It's just not working. It's not the word I'm trying to say. Yeah, filtering the face is vital. Y'all, let me tell y'all, I have come a long way when they talk about filtering the face. Thank you, Amy. Expletives. Yeah, thank you. I needed it phonetically. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all helping a sister out today, because it's just like, whenever I experience something, whenever I know that I'm working on something and I know that God is doing something in my business, He's getting ready to grow it, He's getting ready to show me some different things start happening. And then when things start happening, especially when I know it's attacking my integrity, attacking who I am, it's attacking my professionalism, it's attacking how I do things and the way I do them. I'm like, okay, devil, you a lie. Because what you're not gonna do is make me come out myself. What you're not gonna do is make me say something that I'm gonna regret. What you're not gonna do is make me show up in a way that doesn't look like me, sound like me, or even anybody. If anybody wants to hear that, they'll be like, that ain't Deborah. That ain't her team. Because that's how we operate. That's how we do things. How can I sit up and talk about you need to increase your visibility, your influence, and profits if I'm sitting up here acting a plum Nelly fool behind the scenes because something is not working the way that I want? Now, again, you will get frustrated. Honestly, you will. You will get frustrated. You will feel like you're ready to go punch somebody in the face. Just, just being real. And I want you to know that these are real emotions as entrepreneurs that we go through. But we have got to know, and I'm not going to even start talking about that scripture that say turn the other cheek, because that's a whole different situation. Because one of my friends said, you want me to turn the other cheek, but what cheek you want me to turn? I said, I'm not going to deal with that one, baby. We're going to keep it moving. But we have to think. We have to think before we speak. We have to be able to, and I'm guilty of this one too, because sometimes I'll say something not knowing that I'm saying it rudely, or saying something that I might be saying as what I'm saying is true, but you may take offense to it. Now, on the flip side of that, we have to also know how to tell somebody that they are offending us. We have to also know how to fix our demeanor when we're showing up in these things. And the other side of this, biggest thing, is that sometimes we need to put things in place so we don't have to have these hard conversations. We have to put things in place. That's why agreements are important. That's why contracts are important. That's why having a clear understanding before you take the first dollar from this project is key in order for you to tame your tongue. Because a lot of times we're frustrated because we did not put certain processes in place. Am I guilty of this? Absolutely. But am I getting better at fixing that problem? Most definitely. Because when you put those processes in place, now I'm not going to say you're not going to mess up in your process. Because what I did, and I'll just be transparent, I had processes in place. I knew what I was doing, I knew how I wanted to do it. But at the end, I said, let me make some adjustments. Let's see if this will work. I tried it. Now I tried it and I know it. And it ain't gonna be my friend, because now I know for certain I cannot do anything that I do in the way that I did it on a past project, because I had to learn from that experience. Because sometimes, the Bible says, try the spirit by the spirit. Sometimes you got to try your process by a process to know that this one really works for me and this one does not. And that's how we grow. That's how we become bigger. That's how we are able to stand out among the different people, because we try our processes and we put them in place, and we're showing up with professionalism. It's just like I was working with somebody and they was talking about they wanted to do something. And I said, no, 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 no. This is not how we do this here. Now, if this is something that you would like to do, then maybe you need to find somebody else. Now, what did I miss a pretty piece of coin? Yes, because how I looked at that, is it really worth the headache that they're going to give me by not following the process that I have in place? Or do I really want the money? Now that's gonna be another session once I get back from when I get back from missions. All money ain't good money. All projects ain't good projects. And I know I'm saying it improper, but this is how I'm feeling it today. And I want you to start to think about that, because how we start this third quarter, yeah, how we start our are we in no, we're not in the third quarter just yet. How we start our third and fourth quarter is going to be how we start the new year. And that's how we have to start thinking about this. I tell my kids, you might want to tell your face, or don't look at me in that tone of voice. Absolutely. Because when that face be like, I thought so. Hmm. And your face is saying everything you want to say. It's saying everything you want to say. You really wanted to say just I thought so. But when you with that face, yeah, sit them on somewhere else that they didn't need to be. So I want you guys, and then let your character lead. That's major. And some of us need to work on our character, because we think we have a good character, but in all actuality, that is not what we're exuding. Because the character that we show people, the facade that they get to know, the avatar that they get to know, is not who we really are. And that's another thing, y'all. That's a whole different session, too. We're going to talk about character. We're going to talk about how to put things in place so you don't set yourself up for failure and frustration. Because when you don't have certain processes in place, I promise you, you're going to feel like you're losing your whole mind. And I don't want you to be like that. I just want to share with you guys today that the tip for today is really, 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 really important. Don't let your mouth fool you. Don't let your mouth fool you. And y'all, it's just that when you're putting in that situation and you are getting ready to grow, and you know that God's getting ready. Because see, some of y'all been working in the background for so long that you're gonna be so surprised when people start saying, "Oh my God, you did that! Oh my God, you did that!" And you're gonna be like, "Child, I've been working on this for years, and you just not seeing this." Because sometimes God has got to keep you in the background in order for all the people that are messing up in the foreground to be sat down or moved on. So now that you can rise to the top. Because they remember they said the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And when you are the remnant, when you are the chosen one, see, even Jesus was hidden for 33 years. Think about it. He had the gifts. It's not like he didn't have the gift. It's not like he didn't have the knowledge. It's not like he didn't know who he was and whose he was, but he was hidden until it was his time. And some of you know that it is time because your business, you have been under attack after attack after attack. You have been picked on, talked about. You've been like really? You've been looked over. Yeah, and I know you probably like, I've been what, huh? But you had to go through this process in order to know where you were going for your next level. Well, all right, guys. I just want you to remember that your mouth is what's gonna save you and what's gonna hurt you. But I want you to just go out, be proud of who you are, know that you are chosen for this, know that you're getting ready to go to that next level because God has chosen you to do this business, and the people that he's bringing to you are going to blow your mind. Well, all right, guys, I love you to life, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a good one and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this Tip Tuesday. Peace.